What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I thought I would do something very, very different. I saw this tweet last night, and the tweet is from the 23rd, so it was, I did it a day later, and now this is 2 days later, but this was an incredible, in my opinion, video or story that originally, I won't lie, I thought was like very creepy, and I was like, oh, it's like, what kind of video is this? And pretty much it boils down to this. So I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to play this because this comes from somebody's TikTok. So I may just walk you through it just to kind of be safe. Basically, there's this guy whose girlfriend died 2 months ago. Okay, or at least when this TikTok was made. His girlfriend had died 2 months ago, and they were searching for a way to connect with her. Well, Forza has an offline mode where you can drive with your Xbox Live friends, and she showed up, right? Because she was one of his friends, and obviously she's no longer with him, but obviously, you know, the friend ID carries on, and it's like a ghost, right? It's a ghost cart or a ghost car in Forza. And he basically says he said, I told her about how I am, how awful I feel without her, and how much I miss us. It hurt to talk to her and not get a response. And he said, I drove with her for an hour before my game crashed. I have over 200 Xbox friends, and it took around an hour for her to show up. So he was playing it for an hour, kind of just waiting for that to happen, or I don't even know if he was waiting for it to happen, and then she came, you know, into the game. You know, I do think there is a way of where it's kind of like that's spooky, or maybe that's a little odd. I honestly really like that. Like I retweeted this, and people even said to me like they got chills, kind of like reading it. Me too. That's why I retweeted it, because I read it. You know, I was like, I don't really know if this is going to be like a feel-good story or some kind of emotional, cool story or good story, or kind of like just a weird, like I'm not really feeling this vibe, you know, like when Elon Musk wants to do, you know, memories, like we can store memories and chips and stuff in our brains. That kind of stuff is it's cool, but it's also very, very probably going to be not good, right? So I love this. I love this story. I think, honestly, it's a really heartfelt thing that somebody, and I think I said it in the tweet, like this is what can make games very special. Like it just where else are you gonna do something like that, right? And now this also, and the same person who tweeted this out also tweeted out about another really cool story of this another racing game. Racing games is a theme here. Well, when I was 4, my dad bought a trusty Xbox, you know, the first rugged, blocky one from 2001. We had tons and tons and tons of fun playing all kinds of games together until he died when I was just 6. I couldn't touch that console for 10 years, but once I did, I noticed something. We used to play a racing game, Rally Sports Challenge. Actually pretty awesome for the time it came, and once I started meddling around, I found a ghost, literally. You know when a time race happens that the fastest lap so far gets recorded as a ghost driver? Yep, you guessed it. His ghost still rolls around the track today. So I played and played and played until I was almost able to beat the ghost. Until one day I got ahead of it. I surpassed it. And I stopped right in front of the finish line just to ensure I wouldn't delete it. I think that's beautiful. You know what I mean? To me, that's beautiful. It really is, right? You get to see your dad, who's no longer with you, driving around. And I guess the cool, kind of fun part to that story is he actually ended up beating his dad's time. But he didn't, because, you know, if you passed the finish line, you would have erased this ghost, this memory, you know, that you have of your dad, and not just a memory, but I guess in the way, and that's really what I think Forza, that first tweet really like signifies, like, you know, in a way, it feels like they're still there, because like there's a car with like, you know, your girlfriend's tag that's driving. Now again, maybe you can find that to be really weird and kind of off-putting. I honestly wouldn't blame, you know, if you do feel that way, that's totally, you know, I respect your opinion. I really do. You can have whatever opinion you want on this and on any issue on either of the 2 channels that I own. Okay, that's completely up to you. But I really do like it. I really, really do. I feel like it's kind of beautiful that. And especially how he used it, right? Going back to the first story, he used it almost as like a therapy, right? Because he's missed her, and then he's driving around with her, and he's just talking to her, you know, saying how he is, saying how much he misses her. Like that's, you know, you can just do that. You know, you don't have to play the game. You could have just like sat there in complete silence and just try, you know, materialized her, or talked to her. If you believe in heaven or whatever, you know, it depends on what you believe in, right? But you could just talk to her. But I think the game literally gives you, right? It gives you a car. It gives you like, this is that person, and she's driving around. You can almost imagine her sitting there playing this game, you know what I mean? So I really like that. I really do. And the boy and his dad's story, I think that's really beautiful too, because you have that, like that was him. That's actually a little bit different, right? Because that literally was your dad doing that race, like point for point. He made those turns. He went that speed, you know what I mean? He got that time, and you can beat him. You can literally like race him. You really can. I mean, I really would say that's how that would boil down to. And then again, like when he was gonna win, he didn't win. He purposely lost so that he, you know, because if he did that, he would have lost that ghost car forever. So I really think those are two really nice stories. This kind of shows the power of games. So a little weird, a little like you go maybe into like the supernatural or, you know, things like that. But I really think these two stories are generally okay, and yeah, that's special. I think to me, you know, I'm 25. I'm not that old, and my wife's 29. So I think, you know, I don't want to think like what if anything ever happened to us, but like these are cool things. Actually, if anything ever happened to us, I don't really think we have any of those games where it would really just be like save files. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, he played Witcher 3, and this is where he kind of left off at. So you'd have those things, but I think again for these racing games with ghost cars, right? That's another step, because a lot of games obviously can't do that and don't do that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel. Let me know if you like this. I don't know if I can do more of these specific videos, but I'm definitely up for doing some different stuff on the channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on tomorrow's video.